When it comes to NFL draft and talent evaluation and talent acquisition in the National Football League, opinions are like a-holes. Like everyone has one and they all stink in general. Not sure how I'm going to pivot from that, but Bucky Brooks, Daniel Jeremiah, NFL Network, I love and respect their opinions a lot because A, they played ball at a high level. Daniel Jeremiah was quarterback at Appalachian State before it was cool, and Bucky Brooks played at North Carolina. Come on and raise up, was a second-round pick at cornerback, played 5 years in the league. We won't say which team he played for most of those years. And also, they both worked as NFL scouts, so they have some experience actually in the professional talent evaluation sphere. So when they say something about players, I believe them, right? Especially since they worked in the scouting world, where decision makers, directors of college scouting, GMs, team presidents, they don't want to hear BS. So they want the facts, and then they'll make the decisions on that. So there's not a lot of fluff and puff going on in these evaluations. That's what I love to respect about Brooks and DJ. And Bucky Brooks did up a article, speaking of, again, not from the draft, but for talent evaluation point of view. So director of pro scouting sort of angle. NFL free agency 2023, don't overlook these signings. And lo and behold, listed Byron Murphy, who inked up with the Vikings, of course. Everyone was really fired up about that signing. Kwesi getting a young player on a very reasonable deal. It's a buy low and low risk, high reward spot. And this is what Bucky wrote about Byron Murphy. Now, contract is actually 2 years, $17.5 million, so it's even better than what was initially reported. But this is what Bucky wrote. Pickup that undoubtedly made Minnesota's new defensive coordinator smile. And yes, I'm sure it did. This underrated cover corner is the kind of scrappy hybrid defender Brian Flores loves to feature in his secondary. As an experienced starter with inside-outside capabilities, Murphy can fill multiple roles as a matchup specialist with a high football IQ and outstanding instincts in a scheme that is expected to deploy more snowflake game plans specifically tailored to the Vikings' opponents. What a novel concept. Adding a cerebral I'm really good at reading. I'm very cerebral as well. Playmaker should help the unit blossom under Flores' direction. Not to mention Murphy could just be entering his prime at age 25. And Bucky, like we mentioned, been a talent evaluator for years. I'm sure he had a full-on dossier about Byron Murphy Jr. when he was coming out of Washington, as well as Bucky played corner. So that certainly weighs a lot in his opinion and assessment of Byron Murphy. So super fired up there. And looking at the Vikings defensive depth chart right now, I mean, with the additions of Murphy and Davenport and Lowry, and if they actually do hang on to Zadarius Smith, and then you got Lewisine and Booth and Evans coming back healthy, I mean, this ain't bad. This ain't bad. You'd want some more freshening up along the defensive line, and maybe Osaze supplants James Lynch at the other 5-tech spot. I don't know. But, I mean, there's a lot to like. There's a lot to like on this side of the ball, and the fact that the Vikings are going to be more aggressive, take more shots, and, hey, it's one thing if you strike out swinging. I actually don't care about that. But if you strike out looking, which the Donatel defense did over and over and over again, specifically in the playoff game against Daniel Jones, who got paid, and the Giants, yes, I have an issue with that. Get the bat off his shoulder, and guess what? Sometimes when you swing, you make contact, and that's exactly what Brian Flores is going to be doing. And the fact that Murphy can play outside, he can kick into the slot when you go nickel, 3 cornerbacks, it's going to be something that's beautiful. And also, so I listed 3 safeties on the first team because I think the Vikings are going to deploy multiple 3 safety looks a lot. Just like his Dolphins defenses back in the day, as well as I think that Scene and Harrison Smith are going to be blitzing a ton. So that's just an additional nugget. But I think Byron Murphy is a slam dunk signing, mixing sports metaphors more and more. I think that he, knocking out all the wood, if he stays healthy, he is fully in his prime, and he's a guy who could be set up to get paid big time after 2 seasons, and he probably will have earned it by then. So I'm fired up about him. I can't wait to see what Brian Flores does. I think that the cornerback room has came in as a weakness. It's going to be turned into a strength. Now sign Duke Shelley, you cowards, and then it'll be perfect, but we'll see what happens. But your thoughts are thoughts. Bucky Brooks, NFL Network, says, don't overlook the Vikings signing Byron Murphy Jr. From the Arizona Cardinals. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts and his thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo, but till next time, Skol. Production value.